got here? Sundrop, the taste you go wild.
Gentlemen, I give you Crystal Pepsi.
The 1970s came with numerous thrills and excitement. The fun was nonstop, and why wouldn't it be? The era clearly had some great beverages that evidently kept the energy and zestiness up with their rich and exotic flavors. But it's too bad these beverages no longer exist. Let's have a look at 20 famous beverages from the 1970s that we want back.
Good times and Mountain Dew, they go together.
We kick it off with Mountain Dew Sport. Mountain Dew Sport launched between the late 70s and early 80s, even though the original formula had actually been invented as far back as the 1940s. The 70s, however, was a time when energy drinks were a major trend and people needed that extra push to get through the day. The Dew Sport was Mountain Dew's first energy drink alternative. It came with a colorful and captivating label and was specifically citrus flavored. The carbonated drink brought positive reactions, and what really set the pace was the drink's association with sports and athletics. Everyone wanted to get sporty with a Mountain Dew Sport, and PepsiCo decided to halt production on Mountain Dew Sport completely. It was probably due to the tilt in branding and exploration of other flavors. With only a few cents, you could purchase this refreshing citrus energy drink. Next on the list is RC Cola, which is short for Royal Crown Cola. This version of carbonated cola beverage is owned by Keurig Dr. Pepper and RC Global Beverages, and before the fizzy drink hit the market, it went through a series of name changes, such as Knee High Incorporated and Chero Cola, before deciding on Royal Crown in 1951. The beverage quickly gained popularity in Europe and Asia in the 70s and early 80s, and the need for a healthier version led to the manufacturing of the caffeine and sugar-free Cola RC 100. Customers responded quite positively to the drink, as it accounted for 4 to 5% of soft drink sales in the United States, only behind Coke, Pepsi, 7-Up, and Dr. Pepper. The RC brand brought more than just a refreshing drink. It brought hope during the Cold War and provided options for people who wanted to get out of the Coke and Pepsi shadow. Its latest ad campaign was in 2022, themed Why Not? And this entertaining campaign featured 3 adults who were whisked into a world full of imagination after one sip of the beverage. RC Cola has remained in stores to date and isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Pepsi Lite came into the market in 1975 as a lighter, healthier version of regular Pepsi with no caffeine and no sugar. The lime-flavored beverage cost only 50 cents in the 1990s. It had a good run with catchy adverts and even changed its flavor along the way to aspartame. However, the buzz quickly died as it was less consumed than anticipated. So in 1998, the company decided to stop production, quickly replacing the beverage with Diet Pepsi. What beverage was considered the bad boy of the 1970s with a rebellious reputation? Keep watching to find out.
Get together with good old new cherry cola from Shasta.
Shasta Cola. Some flavor combinations are quite rare in beverages, and it's quite rare to find any beverage quite like Shasta Cola. When this drink hit the market in the 1970s, there was a mixture of curiosity and excitement. The drink was registered under the Shasta Beverages Company, which was quite popular at that time, so nothing could possibly go wrong. You could grab a Shasta for less than $1, and it was quite affordable. The soda soon became popular for its unique flavor of chocolate mixed with cola, and many loved the taste. It soon became a regular at gatherings, events, and restaurants. However, the taste wasn't exactly for everyone. It was an acquired taste, with some people not having the taste buds to reconcile the interesting new beverage. In some customers, it left a sting that just wasn't working. Consumers, of course, didn't waste any time in letting their concerns be known as they moved out of the chocolate cola rave in search of other flavors that would appeal more. And as sales plummeted, the company was forced to cease production of Shasta by the 1980s. This next beverage had a name for its die-hard fans.
Tab can help you stay in his mind. It's sugar-free, and it tastes better than any Diet Cola.
Sometime in the 1960s, the Coca-Cola management had the ingenious idea of creating a Diet Cola, and thus Tab would be born. Tab was the first Diet Cola, and though it was introduced in the 1960s, it gained popularity in the 70s and early 80s. However, its fame would be short-lived as the company launched its rival Diet Coke in 1982. The Tab market share slowly diminished until it was no longer profitable. However, it had amassed a significant following of fierce and devout fans called the Tabaholics. The Coca-Cola company had to continue producing Tab to keep the loyalists satisfied. The Tab Cola, after decades, would be discontinued in 2020, and this was during the pandemic, which allowed the company to pull all its resources into growing beverages with the potential to achieve large-scale profit. Next is the green sparkling grapefruit drink, which is known as Ting. The carbonated Caribbean beverage acquired its delicious flavors from the grapefruits of the Caribbean, and everyone loved the tart and sweet taste of the drink, and no party would be complete without it. Ting was produced by Desnos and Geddes in 1976, and later was acquired by PepsiCo Jamaica in 1999. The stories of Ting's distinctive taste spread to various countries. As the demand would soar, the beverage was sold in stores in various countries for as high as $1 to $3, especially in communities dominated by people in the Caribbean. While the drink was already raking in the big bucks, marketing ads improved sales by focusing on the flavors and colorful lifestyle of the Caribbean, as well as its culture. However, Ting was not without competition. Many companies tried to replicate the success of the beverage. Guinness acquired up to 50% of the company producing Ting, and this ultimately led to its introduction to other Caribbean drinks, which inadvertently led to the decline in popularity of the grapefruit beverage. The company eventually decided to discontinue production of the beverage due to strategic decisions, and the very last bottle of any Ting variation was consumed in 2009.
Crush your thirst. Drink Rondo.
The Rondo citrus soda brings back nostalgic memories that were most likely enjoyed by baby boomers. The lightly carbonated citrus beverage hit the U.S. market sometime in the early 70s. Having an attractive yellow label, it easily stood out in the pack of beverages. With less than $2, you could get a chilled can of this carbonated citrus goodness, and if nothing else got your attention, the slogan of the drink certainly did. Rondo, the Thirst Crusher. Even the commercials for the beverage took things to the next level by showing people crushing their cans in different ways in solidarity with the awesomeness of the beverage. The beverage's cans were typically yellow, but if you found yourself with a green can, don't panic. The diet version came in green. Sadly, the production period for the beverage was short-lived, lasting only from 1978 to 1981. Interestingly, the Rondo soda returned to stores in 2023 with a similar but upgraded design, its signatory dominant yellow color, and other aesthetics. If the new Rondo is anything like the old version, it's going to be nice to treat yourself to a taste of the 70s.
It's hard to describe the flavor of Welch's white grape juice, so I just follow my taste.
Next is the purple sparkling beverage popularly known as Welch's grape soda. It was first introduced in 1974, and because of how popular the brand already was, the new drink quickly gained a loyal following. People loved the zesty, tangy grape taste, and the conspicuously purple packaging made it stand out on any shelf. You just couldn't miss it. However, as a new tide of healthy drinks began to sweep through the beverage industry, many beverages in the soda category began to lose market share, and grape soda was caught in the web. Distributions were discontinued in 2011, but loyal fans would take to social media to launch a Bring Back Welch's Grape Soda campaign, petitioning for the drink's return. One of the fans even referred to it as the greatest grape soda ever made. In 2015, Welch's soda made a triumphant return with national distribution. However, the beverage still struggled for growth, as shoppers have been primed to go for healthier alternatives to a sugary soda. As the drink continues to evolve, the switch from processed sugar to natural plant-based sweeteners would likely boost the beverage's needs.
Fanta. The electric orange.
One thing these famous beverages have in common are vibrant colors and fun-filled adverts that bring a burst of energy, culture, and flavor. The Fanta Wild Cherry is no exception. It was introduced to the market in the 1970s by the Coca-Cola Company, and this variant presents a tangy and sweet taste with an explosion of cherry flavor on a carbonated fizz. It quickly became a favorite amongst fans, selling for about $2. The Wild Cherry was a hit and a great investment, as consumers just couldn't get enough of the cherry-flavored goodness. You may still stumble on this legendary flavor, depending on where you go.
Mr. Pibb is not a cola, not a root beer. It's an easy new soft drink from the Coca-Cola Company.
This next beverage was so good, it made Dr. Pepper feel uncomfortable. Mr. Pibb is a kind of pepper soda created by Coca-Cola in 1972 to compete with Dr. Pepper's formula. The beverage was first named Peppo. Well, Dr. Pepper sued Coca-Cola for trademark rights, and the name was then changed to Mr. Pibb, and that change came with a slight tweak to the flavor as well. The reformulated Mr. Pibb was marketed with a new taste and sold massively in many parts of the U.S. The rivalry with Dr. Pepper took a different turn as turf wars led to several remarketing and flavor rebranding. In 2001, a new flavor replaced the original spicy cola. This new flavor was cinnamon spicy cherry. Mr. Pibb introduced other variants like cherry vanilla, extra strawberry, and others, which have also had success in regions where Dr. Pepper is not served. Crystal Pepsi came at a time when various companies were pulling out the big guns on innovative beverages and looking for that big bang that would dominate the market. Crystal Pepsi was a clear form of cola beverage by PepsiCo, drawing its inspiration from the clear cola movement, which was popular in the late 1970s. Crystal Pepsi entered the market in the 1990s with a clear intent on bringing back sentiments. It was also marketed for less than 35 cents as a healthier version of the original Pepsi. Crystal Pepsi differed from regular Pepsi with the use of cornstarch in its production instead of caramel. It was a caffeine-free version of regular Pepsi and tasted less sugary, so a lot of thought was placed into the health department, but how did people react? While some didn't enjoy the taste at all, others were full of disdain for the product. The hype ended in 1993 when the Crystal Pepsi was dropped. Pepsi decided to roll the dice by bringing it back in 2022, but it didn't make any significant sales, and the fizzy drink vanished just as quickly as it came back, and is better off leaving a memory. Next up is Squirt, a canned grapefruit beverage in a yellow can. The low-calorie, caffeine-free carbonated soft drink came in grapefruit flavor and was initially launched in the late 1930s in Phoenix, Arizona. It competed with Coca-Cola's Fresca and was especially popular in the West and Southwest. Often used as a mixer for cocktails, it was a healthy option for those who were looking to cut down on their sugar levels. In 1983, the beverage was sweetened with aspartame in the United States, offering a satisfying and rich taste that increased its popularity. But soon enough, the manufacturer began to explore variants of this, and the once popular fruity drink then disappeared.
Here's a kid, right here. Cactus Cooler. It's the best stuff around. I drink it every day. Oh, that's good stuff.
The Cactus Cooler, distinguishable by its orange, yellow, and green logo, is part of Keurig Dr. Pepper's products, distributed under the Canada Dry brand. It captured a unique blending of pineapple and orange flavors to achieve a widely desirable taste. The name Cactus Cooler was inspired by a popular cartoon, The Flintstones, which aired in the 1960s. It was introduced in the late 1960s, gaining popularity into the 70s, and the carbonated orange pineapple flavored soft drink used corn syrup as a sweetener, but the real magic was its flavor combination, which filled the taste buds with that tangy, fruity goodness. The Cactus Cooler remained a national brand and didn't become as popular as expected. No one really knows why production was discontinued, but it remains a nostalgic favorite and could still be found in the Southwest.
Hey, KoolAid!
Oh yeah! KoolAid here, bringing you fun. KoolAid's got thirst on the run.
KoolAid is an all-American flavored drink owned by Kraft Heinz and invented by Edwin Perkins. It was sold in powdery form in packets and small tubs, and it came into the beverage industry, quickly becoming a U.S. sweetheart and Nebraska's official soft drink. It appealed to every demographic despite diversity in consumer preference, and was certainly the beverage of the 70s, coming in a wide variety of collector packages. Certain flavors like strawberry watermelon and tropical punch were especially popular with Hispanic and African American consumers who had a strong preference for fruit-flavored beverages. The powdery product was usually mixed in water and consumed chilled or with ice. There were also single-serving mixes designed to fizzle into water bottles. The drink was so good it even had a mascot. The discontinuation of the drink may be due to evolving markets, where consumers began becoming health conscious and preferred to go to products with less sugar. The decline in popularity ultimately led to a halt in production and the launching of other drinks that were considered a healthier choice. However, KoolAid fans and collectors still find and trade rare old flavors at auctions for hundreds of dollars.
We should have gone.
Coulda.
Woulda.
Shoulda.
Yep.
Josta. Better do the good stuff now.
Josta came into the beverage scene in 1995 as a berry-flavored energy drink produced by PepsiCo. It had all the makings of a successful product, being the first energy drink to be introduced by a U.S. beverage company. Josta was famous for its outlandish slogan, "Better do the good stuff now." In the TV advertisement, an elderly man tries to counsel a younger man about life, saying he wished he had more fun. Apparently, the ad was a home run for the beverage because it garnered more hardcore Josta fans than expected. Even when the company discontinued production due to corporate strategy, fans rallied together to launch a Save Josta campaign. Although it didn't hold water, it spoke volumes about the impact of the drink. A Josta beverage even made it into a 2021 Disney series called Loki.
I have to stay up all night and I hate to taste the coffee. Well, have a Jolt. Jolt! All the sugar and twice the caffeine. And tastes great too.
If you loved caffeine and energy drinks in the 1970s and 80s, you were probably a fan of Jolt Cola. A highly caffeinated soda was the bad boy of drinks. It has some major points that customers fell in love with, like its ingenious battery bottle design, which blew the competition out of the water. The high caffeine content and punk rock branding were all notorious and iconic all the same time. It had that rebellious image that evoked curiosity and became a symbol of status and coolness. The drink was formulated in the early 80s by C.J. Rapp, who admitted that he was trying to differentiate the soda from its peers and also achieve exceptional effects like keeping you energized and awake, and perhaps even curing a hangover. Despite many backlashes by concerned persons and deliberations to ban the drink, no legal action would be taken. The drink brand, however, took a hit when consumers started shifting from soda to natural drinks. Jolt had tried to adopt an organic line, but the reputation as a bad boy compromised all efforts. The niche drink just couldn't fit into other flavors, and in 2011, production ceased completely due to growing competition and declining sales. It remains a relic that reminds everyone of how a powerful energy drink could be.
It's gonna get hot today. Grab an ice cold Sundrop and show us how you drop it.
Deliciously citrusy.
Every brand in the 1970s had a soft drink that competed as an alternative to the same flavor of one created by someone else. Sundrop was produced by Keurig Dr. Pepper to compete with PepsiCo's Mountain Dew and Coca-Cola's Mellow Yellow. The yellow-green color of the logo was certainly catchy, and the caffeinated drink was especially popular in the southern parts of the United States, being sweetened with sugar instead of corn syrup to provide a difference to the sweetness. Though the Sundrop was mildly successful, it didn't match up to big names like Mountain Dew and therefore remained confined to local shelves.
I believe in Crystal Light, 'cause I believe in sugar-free.
From the 70s to the early 80s, Crystal Light's artificially sweetened beverage mixes thrilled customers with a powdery mix that dissolved into refreshing, tasty drinks. It came in flavors like sweet tea, lemonade, and fruit punch. Produced by Kraft Heinz in the early 80s, its early advert featuring American actress Linda Evans doing aerobics in the gym spurred traffic to the product. The product first hit the shelves with a multi-serve canister and then later went solo with a single-serve packaging. This invigorating beverage, as great as it was in taste, had a whole lot of competition, and though production may still be ongoing under Kraft Foods, it can also be hard to find. So if you've seen it on your store shelves, let everyone know in the comments below.
Mellow Yellow makes you feel so good, so fast, from your head down to your toe.
The Mellow Yellow citrus soda couldn't have come at a better time. Created by Coca-Cola and introduced to the market in 1979 as a rival to PepsiCo's Mountain Dew, its refreshing taste garnered approval from consumers, and with time, variants of the heavily caffeinated soft drink hit the market. The likes of Mellow Yellow Melon, Afterglow, Cherry, Grape, and Limeade. The beverage has continued to rebrand and launch various flavors, logos, and packaging to improve its campaign and expand market shares. The beverage remains in circulation, but is extremely limited to specific markets. If you've ever seen the image of a soldier on a bottle of chocolate drink, it's probably the Chocolate Soldier beverage, a delicious soft drink that made its name in the 60s and 70s. The cocktail was competition for Yoo-Hoo, packaged in bottles from the 50s and 60s, and featured a cartoon image of a smiling soldier. The Chocolate Soldier also had a cocktail version made with chocolate and liquor. Different liquors could be used as a substitute. A classic recipe suggests dark chocolate, dry vermouth, cognac, and a dash of orange bitters. It's needless to say that the beverage lost to more modern flavors and competitive brands, but it will remain dear to everyone's hearts. Which of these beverages would you want to bring back? Let me know in the comments below. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you'd never miss out on more memories in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.